Hi, could you please introduce yourself and tell us what you're displaying here?
Sure. So I'm Divij and I take care of embedded software at Goodwave. Goodwave, we are a design thinking led company, and we specialize in mobile development, and we have done a lot of AI use cases for our customers, right? Both on the edge as well as on the cloud. So we are here today to demonstrate our edge-based smart surveillance solution that we have developed in-house, which is basically using or integrated with a PTZ CCTV camera. And what our solution can basically do is that it can do live training as well as inference, right? All at the same time in one go. So that is what is the standing point of our solution at HD resolution. So I have some displays here, right? Here is in this display we are displaying a live CCTV feed, right? And it is basically zooming on the person shooting this video right now. I don't know if their face is coming or not, but what it's doing is in real time it is basically zooming into people, it is detecting their faces, and it is extracting learning data out of that image and also labeling that person with a temporary name, right? And then post that, all we have to do is just give that temporary name a permanent name, right? Like Yashaswini, or right, like whoever is coming, you can just give the name. And on this screen is something that we shot at office with our employees, right? As they are entering office, right, we just took one capture of them. We just requested them to stand in front of the camera and just look at the camera for a few seconds. And similarly, our solution, it extracted their faces, labeled their faces, and then we are running the same video again, and it's doing inference on this feed in real time. We are able to achieve more than better than real time performance. So currently it is averaging at 33.74 frames per second, right? For us, the data source can be anything. It can be images coming from a photo album, a digital photo album. It can be a live feed from a CCTV camera. We support any sort of camera, right? It can be a small MIPI-based camera like this. It can be a USB webcam like this, or it can be a CCTV camera like that. Right? So we support all of these use cases. Our entire solution runs on the edge. It consumes less than 10 watts of power, and moreover, right, we don't have to upload any data to the cloud. We have possibilities for that if the demand be, but considering the privacy of our customers, where they would not want any data to be exported, we keep it local on the device itself. So
Okay.
that's about this solution.
What kind of machine learning models are you using?
Yeah, so there are. I'm sorry, I'm not at the this thing to disclose because there are some things that have gone along, right? But what I can tell you is that we work with standard ML models, open source models, but then we bring in our own customization, right? That's our secret sauce in the whole recipe, and especially right when we are talking about things like we have to do real time learning, right? So what we have to do is we have to extract the right facial features or the facial data, right? Without a user sitting in the back end and getting images and training the algorithm. So since it's all getting into the happening real time, what we do is we take extra care to make sure that the right faces are captured in real time, so that we can train our algorithm as effectively as possible, right? Because the inference which happens after that uh, will only be as good as the training data that we provide, right? So there are some special customizations that we do. Also to have real-time learning and inference working in parallel, right? There are customizations that we do to achieve these kind of results.
Who's the target customer for this product?
Okay, so we've been getting a lot of interest from various industry segments. See, be it offices, be it factories, be it even cases like home use cases. right? Where people have different restaurants. For example, we have been approached by restaurants where they want to where they want to basically have this facial recognition feature to identify their regular customers, right? So that they can carve out customized experiences for them, right? So that is one interesting use case that we have. We've been approached by folks from the right working on the defense side, where right the data does not have to go onto the cloud; it has to be a locally developed solution, right? We have been approached by industrialists, right, where they have specific needs for their industries, right? Some for food safety, right? Some for worker safety, and so on.
In the enterprise segment, who's your target customer?
So actually, enterprise customer, any office, if I may say so, right? Where you talk about a regular use case where we have employees coming, right? And they are, for example, right now the most common use of access management is a RFID card, right? So what we say is that RFID card is not actually really foolproof, right? So what can happen is that I can take someone's RFID and gain access to the facility, right? So if we supplement that RFID authentication with facial recognition feature, so that can be a second level of authentication that can happen, right? So even if I carry someone else's RFID card, that's the first level. But then the second level is the face. So if the face doesn't match, right, the gates won't open, right? So that's one very what do you say, straightforward use case. But then, as far as offices and corporates are also concerned, we have designed the solution to be quite scalable. So what happens here is that we have cameras. We won't have one camera in an establishment, right? We'll have multiple cameras in an establishment. So how our solution works is that whenever a person crosses a camera, right, and let's say he's the first time entering there, so his face is captured there. The facial data is automatically captured, and the facial data or the facial features or the facial embeddings that are captured, they are relayed to a centralized, it can be a local server, and from there it is relayed to all the other units in that particular premises, right? So how that helps is, now the person comes here and he moves there, by the time he moves to the next camera or the location where the next camera is, the next camera will already identify. So we have built the solution to be scalable, wherein there might be hundreds or thousands of cameras, right? Maybe like a big, for example, a city, for example.
How does your solution comply with existing GDPR regulations or like the Data Privacy Act that in India is currently the draft rules that are going?
So I have limited. Sorry, I'm not too. What I can tell you right now is that ours is a solution which is running on the edge. So whosoever deploys the solution, right, he owns the data. We are not uploading the data anywhere in the cloud, right? So that data remains private to the place it is installed. So for example, if it's getting installed in a company, only that particular company or only that particular establishment has access to that data, right? And moreover, other thing that I would like to say is that as I said, that our solution extracts faces, right, from a live feed. We don't need to save the faces of people. Ultimately, in AI, there is this thing called tensors or a representation of the facial features that are extracted. They ultimately boil down to an array of floating point numbers, right? Some 5 and 2 floating point numbers. We only store those numbers, right? Which match those numbers represent a face, right? So we don't need to even save the face, even locally, right? So I believe that should satisfy all the requirements that are being envisioned or that are about to come.
What power source does it run on?
Okay, so currently our solution is consuming less than 10 watts of electricity. The way we are demoing it is it's a wall outlet like your phone charger, right? So it's a USB-C connection that we're giving it.
Okay.
Okay. And if need be, to make it battery powered, we can make it battery powered as well. It consumes less than 10 watts of electricity, the unit. So accordingly, the battery capacity can be estimated.
What is the life cycle of this product?
Life cycle in the sense.
As in, how many years, if I buy it today, how many years can it run for?
So currently, see,
4 years, 5 years?
yeah, see, as with technology, I think this is an interesting question. So, as with technology, I think the life cycle is more dependent on the features it's providing. Right? Till last year, whatever we are able to achieve was not possible. It gets possible this year, or maybe latter part of last year, when we got 26 stops of AI performance with the Halo AI co-processor, right? So what I can imagine is that going down the line, maybe 2 years from now, we will get much more efficient AI processors, and then this product, obviously we will move with the product, but then the existing product that might be there, right, might not be as feature rich, right, as with other electronics that we see around us, right?
Okay. And what is the cost at which you are selling this product?
So we are actually, you can think of us more like system integrators, right?
Okay.
So we can integrate this particular solution into the CCTV camera stack itself. We can integrate it with network video recorders, right? So if we integrate it with the CCTV camera, we make a smart CCTV camera out of it. We can integrate with a network video recorder, make a smart network video recorder out of it. Or we can also sell it as a white label product for our customers. Let's say the customers, like, in order to meet different price points, right? Some end customer just wants a CCTV, right? But they can, let's say, now they want to make this CCTV smart, or they want some AI capabilities into this. So they can plug in through this box that we can deliver as a white label product to our customers, which they can then sell to their end customers as an add-on unit. So
Interesting.
that's another possibility.
So this technology, is this your IP?
Yes.
Okay. And how are you, do you intend to, the designing that you've done, the design is yours, where is the manufacturing happening?
So the thing here is that we are starting off using development kits and off-the-shelf components.
Okay.
The camera that you see, right, the hardware that we're using is all off-the-shelf.
Okay.
So we have not developed our own hardware so far.
Okay.
We are using off-the-shelf components which are cost-effective, which can meet our processing needs, and we have written our software stack on top of it. Right?
Okay.
So our the IP that we talk about is on the software side, right?
Okay.
Which we are using with components which are available off the shelf.
Okay.
Now for customer needs, right, where the volumes might be there and all, we would obviously go for customized PCBs and so on. Right? So we are getting good response, and hopefully we'll reach that point. But
So are you looking for any partners in the hardware segment who can help you so that you can
Definitely.
sell the entire product under your brand?
So we don't want to, like, as I said, that we want to be a white label product.
Okay.
Right? So we want to, because our expertise is on the technology side, right? So we want to keep it such, right? And we want to basically sell our solution stack, and we want to be able to integrate with different hardware platforms, right? So now let's say there is a company, right, who can help us with a customized PCB design, right, meeting the customer's requirements. Definitely, I can foresee that we would have such needs.
Okay, and I've seen a similar solution when I travel by air. So when I go for DigiYatra.
Okay.
So is your solution similar to DigiYatra?
I have heard and read a little bit about DigiYatra, and I might stand corrected, but I understand what they are doing is, right, they are using Aadhaar-based facial data to validate against a picture that you take from your mobile phone. Right? So yeah, that's another novel concept. However, we are operating in a totally different way, in the sense that DigiYatra is already using some data from the Aadhaar.
Hmm.
And what we are talking about is that we will generate that data, the training data.
Hmm.
So for DigiYatra, the Aadhaar becomes the training database.
Hmm.
For us, the training database is generated on the fly,
Okay, got
right?
it.
And the algorithm self-improves.
Okay.
The solution self-improves.
So does that make your product more secure?
Well, I would say so, and I'll tell you why. The reason being that, see, I personally, the photo that I have in my Aadhaar, I'm not too happy with that. I'm sure many people are not, right? So, see, and here is where we have taken special care. We have taken special care because that is where we have spent a lot of time and effort, wherein we have these PTZ cameras which have optical zoom, right? Right now, this one has like about 20x optical zoom, right? So what we try to do is, because we know if your training data is not good, your inference cannot be good, right? So we believe this is a better solution because we are capturing, the algorithm itself is taking care to capture faces with high resolution, good resolution, which are good to be trained with AI. And secondly, even if we get by accident some face which is blurry or not up to the mark, the operator can immediately delete it, right? So we believe in that quality of the data that is used to train the algorithm, right? And from grounds up, right, we are taking care of that. So that's what differentiates us another way, right?
At India Electronics Week, what kind of customers are you looking to meet or partners you're looking to meet?
Yeah, so there are broad industry segments, right?
Okay.
So basically, any industrial organization, any industry, right? Like you can talk about hospitals, you can talk about retail, you can talk about hospitality, right? You can talk about enterprises, right? Offices. So because to put it simply, right, anywhere where there is a CCTV camera, even at homes, even at apartment complexes, right?
So can this solution be integrated into an existing camera? Like I have a CCTV camera at home.
Yes.
Can it be integrated into that?
Yeah, that's another good question. So that's how we have designed it, right? We are using off-the-shelf components.
Okay.
We didn't do. We just purchased CCTV from Amazon,
Okay.
right? And that is it, right? We have this off-the-shelf. So as I said that we have not developed our own hardware. We are using off-the-shelf hardware components, and all that we need, right? The input data that we require to train is some kind of either image feed, which can be like coming from your cell phone, the photos that you take, or a digital camera, or it can be coming from any CCTV camera, or it can be coming from a video source, like a video file, like a MPEG-4 file or something like that, right? So we support all such combinations. As long as you are able to give our unit some kind of image data in any form, we support all of it. So definitely yes, we support all CCTV cameras. Having said that, I would definitely want to say that because if we want to get good accuracy, right? So there are certain parameters, because as like I was saying some time back, right, that the quality of the captures that we do in order to train the algorithm, that is of utmost importance. So like now the CCTV camera, which let's say does not have, let's say, an optical zoom, just has a digital zoom, right? So that quality won't be there, right? And then if we try to train it with that, we might not get as optimal results, right? But having said that, technically we can integrate with any.
All right. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much.
Thanks.